In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 really important, not so well known rules about driving in Japan. So if you're thinking about hiring or buying a car and driving in Japan, this video is really important for you to stay out of trouble while you're driving. In 2023, there were actually 7,286 incidents with foreigners driving. Some of those were serious, some of them not. But with this video, it's going to help you stay out of trouble while you're driving. At the end of the video, I'm going to share also with you my favorite places to drive. So let's get started. Number 1, TVs are okay to watch while driving. There are TVs in most cars, but you can't watch them while you're actually driving. Well, you can when they're stopped at the traffic lights, but according to police rules, you can't continuously cast your eyes upon the screen for extended periods. I'm not sure about your country, but it's definitely not allowed in my birth country, Australia. Perhaps your car doesn't have a TV? Well, you do have a phone, so you could have this video playing on the hands-free holder, but just don't watch it while you're driving. You're also allowed to use your mobile phone for texting, scrolling, and making calls, but again, only when you're at a complete stop. If you're waiting at the traffic lights or in a traffic jam, yes, you can use your mobile phone. But if you're moving, don't even think about reaching for your phone or answering that incoming phone call. Number 2, no horns except in emergencies. Using the car horn is heavily discouraged and considered rude unless it's to prevent an immediate accident. Honking to express frustration or getting attention, which is common in Australia, I don't know about your country, attracted negative attention from locals or even police. So you don't want that, so just rely on being patient and signals instead. Number 3, you must stop at all train crossings. Drivers are legally required to stop at all railway crossings regardless of whether a train is approaching or not, unless a railway employee signals you to cross, of course. Drivers must come to a complete stop before crossing the gate and check both directions to see if there's a train coming. The regulation is no doubt because of the high frequency of train services in Japan, and just imagine if the gate didn't work properly one day, it would be a disaster. So not all crossings have these type of boom gates, so example on the screen. So better to be safe than sorry and stop before crossing the tracks and check both ways. And if you fail to comply with this one and the police see you, it could result in fines or even actually imprisonment. Number 4, the speed limit is not always really the speed limit. So posted speed limits, like this one, they're often not strictly adhered to in practice, as there exists an unofficial tolerance where drivers may exceed the limit and it's all agreed upon. It's an unwritten rule. For example, on highways, when a posted limit is 80 kilometers per hour, drivers commonly travel at speeds of up to 100 kilometers an hour, as police typically allow this buffer of around 10 to 25 kilometers an hour before enforcing penalties. But it differs from region and enforcement practices, so I'm not giving you 100% advice here. Best to check your rules. But this unwritten rule, it stems from a cultural habit. Everybody's quite polite and things get along okay, and there's not really that many accidents. It's just agreed upon. However, if you're really going over 30 kilometers or a lot more, then this can definitely trigger penalties, including fines, license suspension, criminal charges, and worst thing is having an accident and they find out that you were speeding, you could be in serious problems and you could even be in prison. So best to be sure, 100%, just stick with the speed limit and be aware that you could probably go a little bit faster. So have you had any experiences with driving fines while you're in Japan? Share them in the comments below or share your thoughts on these rules. On to number 5. Hazard lights for thank you. Drivers commonly use their hazard lights as an informal gesture to express gratitude or acknowledgement to the person to say thank you, particularly when another driver yields or allows them to merge in. For example, this driver in front of me, you can see them just coming in now. I've let them in. They take a while, but they say thank you. And typically it's 1 or 2 quick blinks as a polite thank you to me. And this practice is not a true traffic law, but it's widely understood and appreciated as a courteous signal in Japan's driving culture, where mutual respect on the road is emphasized. And by the way, did you notice the police officer riding on the scooter in front of me? Maybe go back and check that if you didn't see. Now, on to number 6, 0 alcohol. Japan enforces a 0% blood alcohol concentration limit for drivers. Even a single sip of alcohol can lead to severe penalties, including fines, license suspension, or jail time. This also applies to passengers if they give alcohol to the driver, so this is a big no-no as well. They can face penalties too. So this is absolute worst thing that could happen is imagine having an accident and then they find alcohol on your breath. That would be a really costly experience, both in legal fees and the stress as well. So definitely avoid drinking alcohol if you're going to drive. Now, I absolutely love driving in Japan because it allows me to get from place to place really easily and often to places without trains or buses. So my little Honda N-Box, it's got a turbo, it's a beauty, and it's super cheap to run, especially on the expressway tolls because it's a smaller car. Now, I mentioned I'd share with you my favorite places to drive. Well, it has to be the mountains in Kyoto. Weaving along those little mini roads and going up and down the mountains through the forest, it's absolutely beautiful. And even when it's snowing, I love that. I really love the icy snow roads and of course driving carefully, but so beautiful to get amongst the nature. So perhaps I'll show you one of those in my upcoming videos. If you'd like to see that, be sure to subscribe and see you in my next video.